back, they're back. It's in the news again. It's in the news. It's back. Yeah. I mean, crap. You all remember the queen of YouTube, Sssniperwolf, from all of a lot of drama over the last month, basically. Month and a half, something like that. She's back in the news, and as a self-proclaimed Sssniperwolf expert, I feel as though I must give my take and opinion on what's been happening over the last couple of days. Because this time, it's getting a little weird in there. It's getting a little strange. A video came out by a fella named Nerd City, who made another video on Sssniperwolf a couple years ago that absolutely just toppled her down. Imagine playing Jenga, but it's just a big Sssniperwolf Jenga block, and you pull one, it goes... And you're like, oh my God, her lips look like hot dogs. The whole situation has gotten a lot deeper. Today, we're gonna be talking about where it's laid off with Jackfilms and what transpired after Nerd City's video and my special relation into the situation itself. Turns out, Sssniperwolf allegedly likes to copy a lot of people. She says she has receipts in a very recent tweet, but it doesn't look like she does. Oh, I'm getting sweaty already. The focal point of today's video is Azzyland, someone who many people and myself have gotten confused with Sssniperwolf on a few different occasions. And Azzyland is one of Leah's biggest nemesis, biggest enemy, literally I can't make any of those comparisons, but you guys know where I was going with that. And thanks to the hero of this narrative, Nerd City, Azzy has been given her voice back. Her channel's been kind of dying over the last couple years, kind of not doing that well. All that old school reaction content hasn't done super well recently. Like there's another guy with Fishman, the guy with big tall hair, and that other guy Kalis. There's another fellow who is not doing that good right now. Or maybe they are, I don't know. I don't fucking watch them. Go to sour.gg and sign up for our mailing list, 10% off on the next order of Sour Boys. We got a new flavor coming next week, so get ready for that. Azzyland, she's pretty cool. I've got a history with her. I collaborated with her a couple years ago and watched memes, and it was just kind of out of left field. I thought it'd be really funny to look at Femboy Hooters with Azzyland. She didn't seem to like it that much.
Mine smells like I'm at the beach. I use sunscreen.
But she was very nice afterwards and was very kind to me and polite. And she also gave me $100, which was kind of funny, I thought. I don't know why. She thought I needed money. Just a little, I did, thank you. Our hero, Nerd City, kind of delved deep into the past relationship between Sssniperwolf and Azzyland, and he exposed a lot of really interesting stuff. And to be fair, this is kicking Sssniperwolf while she's down. I mean, this is potentially the fattest loss that a content creator has taken in a long time, what Sssniperwolf has had happen to her. She's getting sued by her husband or whatever, and he's gonna take half her shit. It's just kind of bad. Azzyland versus Sssniperwolf. Who came first? Who did it first? They're both beautiful women who make the same content, like basically the exact same content. One of them just gets a lot more views. These two ladies have been compared for years, and they both accuse each other of copying the other, and their audiences do the exact same. And with everyone divided, it's hard to know who to believe. Who's telling the truth? Who copied who? Which came first, the chicken or the egg? Who's the chicken? Who's the egg? I used to think Azzyland and Wheels were a face pussing cause they're so similar. Very well said, 7-year-old girl. Now, Nerd City kind of took one up on this and interviewed Azzyland and gave her a platform to share her Sssniperwolf frustrations. Her frustrations involving Sssniperwolf stealing her content, thumbnails, titles, her personality, or that is the claim, and all of this is the focus of Nerd City's video. This video in particular is made by a fan of Sssniperwolf saying that Azzy stole her dress, even though Azzyland's video came out first. So guys, it's a big conundrum we're dealing with. I don't understand this. It's so fucking stupid, dude. It makes me want to just like, it makes me want to go dig a shallow grave outside and lay in it just to see what it might feel like. Now on more to Nerd City's video. It's very important to note that he is biased towards Azzyland, as anyone would be given what's happened over the past few months. He personally knows her. He talks about how he met her in person, so he's predisposed to believe her over Sssniperwolf.
My assessment of your personality from having met you in person was that you're not a high conflict person. You don't like to wade into drama. like if a little bit of gossip starts to happen between YouTubers, like, you know, you're gonna be the one to be like, oh, that's funny. All right, well, I'm gonna go get a drink. I'll be right back. Like you don't feed off of negativity in that way.
Yeah.
You kind of, yeah.
Of course. I mean, just in general, I as well have met Azzyland. She's very nice. She even confided in me stuff years ago before we even filmed about Sssniperwolf anyway. So like, she's been very consistent and seems nice and regular. And her ex-boyfriend is Quebblecop, which is awesome. You know, the AI guy. Just being clear about Nerd, but I think everyone feels the exact same way. My view is that Azzyland is just a more genuine person who doesn't want to get into drama at all and doesn't really care too much about clout and doesn't really care about stirring up the Sniperwolf hornet's nest. Now, when you compare that to Sniperwolf, she talks about Azzyland a lot and accuses her of being a doppelganger or copycat all the time, and then hasn't really faced any repercussions for those claims.
You love somebody so much, you think they're perfect in every way, and you decide to copy their every move. Can't relate.
So it's pretty much a synopsis of everything new that's come out. Sniperwolf thinks Azzy copies her, Azzy thinks Sniperwolf copies her, and Nerd City proves that Sniperwolf copies Azzy. But we'll get into it because it's pretty interesting. And Sniperwolf denies most of it in a more recent couple of tweets as a response to all this. Thumbnails, right? Thumbnails, very important on YouTube. Extremely important. Extremely, extremely, extremely important. Over the years, the two of these gals have had eerily similar thumbnails. So similar, in fact, that Azzyland claims it's upward of 50 exact copies of her thumbnails with no alterations.
Yeah. Did you ever bother to count them?
Things that are like very obvious, like exact replicas, it's minimum like 50. But if you're not counting those, like up to 200.
Ones where you've
Yeah.
got her dead to rights, like
Yeah.
for sure, 50. And then some where it's like maybe just coincidental, but it's like partial copying, 200.
Just kidding, that's not Sniperwolf. I'm the real Sniperwolf. This right here is a paid actress.
On the internet, when you're reacting to the same type of content, it's easy to have the same kind of thumbnail if the content's the same that you're focusing on. But for reaction channels, a lot of the time it's just copy pastes. I've had that happen many times. I've had people take my thumbnails and then just put like a reaction to, I don't know, it's kind of strange. I'm sure I've done it before on my second channel. I have no idea. And Azzyland tweeted about this all the way back in 2017. So it's a long, ongoing problem. The funniest teacher-student texts 1 month ago. Awkward teaching student texts. 400,000 views. I mean, that really is like just the same thing. It's just with a red background. Sniperwolf claims she's the inventor of the red background reaction. It's not true. Check this out.
As you just heard, Leah's claim against Azzy entirely hinges on this assertion that this is the earliest example of the precious red thumbnail text message combo. Now, several years have gone by and that video and the one next to it were deleted from YouTube. I don't know why. But we can tell from the context, even to this day, that it sat between this video and this video. April 15th, 2017 and April 18th, 2017. Now the screen cap from SS Sniperfish conveniently stops. She scrolls all the way down to only July 3rd, 2017. Now why did she stop there? Because had she kept scrolling, she would have found this. February 3rd, 2017. Look at that!
What a liar. Oh my God. What a lying. What a stupid lie. I mean, what a kind, beautiful, thoughtful. There are so many thumbnails that are just direct ripoffs. I mean, look at this. It's the same fucking thing. Those are both horrible thumbnails, by the way. So I think it is definitely a ridiculous argument who copied whose thumbnails, because like it's the same kind of content. She's just a liar though. She's stealing everything and has been for a very long time. That is Sniperwolf. Azzyland really nails it down. And the real problem, as Azzyland states, is that it's not really who's stealing whose thumbnail or the thumbnails at all. It's about pretending to be the hero and pretending to be the person who's doing nothing wrong and then galvanizing your audience into attacking the infringing party, which is not. Azzy's not the infringing party.
Copying is not a big deal. I feel like it doesn't become as big of a deal when you're an adult, but
It's also the difference is Sniperwolf is telling them that it's a problem.
that
So
Yeah.
it's not just that these fans notice and they're organically being like, oh, I saw Sniperwolf's video first and now I see Azzy's video and this is the same. And they're reaching their own conclusion that you had copied her.
Azzy even says that she'd have sent her the thumbnail if she wasn't such a dick about it.
I genuinely don't care about this. Like, anybody who knows me in real life, like, I share ideas. I, like, help them out. Like, I would even have sent her the Photoshop files as long as she was, like, nice about it. Like,
That's the main problem here. She essentially has created a Gestapo of her own fans to go attack people. She gets her audience to say that Azzyland is copying Sniperwolf all the time. It's artificial beef. She's always shitting on her, always attacking her looks, and so is her audience now. Sniperwolf's audience is attacking Azzyland.
Where's my dick at?
She called her out in multiple videos trying to start drama. And guess what? It works. Azzyland looks like you. Bruh, her whole life is a copy of me. Based and red-pilled! My favorite creator! Also, before we hop into the whole Azzyland v Sniperwolf, who exactly is copying who and just proving who's a bigger piece of shit, Jackfilms has an update. He made a sound since the big silence after the doxing and all that crazy shit went down. He basically has announced that he is going to evolve into the anti-Sniperwolf, a wholesome React channel that promotes creators and offers constructive criticism. It's pretty cool. That's what he's going to do with his Jackfilms channel. Big respect on how he handled the situation. I definitely wouldn't have been as classy as him, for sure. I think I would have probably... I don't know. I didn't know. It doesn't matter. He did a good job, though. He did a good job. Jack seems like a good dude. Check out this massive, fat, big, fucking chungus bit of thievery here with a bunch of updoots. Azzyland did her house tour in that same ill-fated red dress from the TikTok earlier. Bright red dress, large mirrors. December 30th, 2018. 80th floor. What? How do you have that many floors? And then Sniperwolf released one. Same big mirror, so they can never mind, I'm not gonna say that out loud. Why would she rip this off? Why would she steal this thing? It's a house tour or the red dress. Who cares? What are the chances, though? Honestly, it seems so intentional. She seems like she's gaslighting her audience into hating Azzyland. I think I should wear that dress. I should have worn that dress for this video. That'd been funny if I just pull out all my stops, bud, and just started accusing them bitches of ripping me off. How about that's next? How about that? Now on to highly edited accusations. Only Sniperwolf is allowed to be the most natural and beautiful creator on the platform. By God! She shuts down any woman who claims that they are better than her. And I believe her. Honestly, she has a past of being extremely honest. So why wouldn't I believe her? Whereas Azzyland admits to using filters to edit her face.
If I were to ask you, do you Facetune your pictures before you put them on Instagram? What's your answer to that?
I have, yeah. Yeah. Other people can see more than you can. That's the thing. Like, nobody's fooling anybody.
Sniperwolf does not admit that she uses Facetune, even though she certainly does.
I don't Photoshop any of my pics. I don't have time for that.
She gets violently angry about it, denies that she does.
Sniperwolf does not Photoshop anything, and by God, I believe her. And she gets mad at other women for doing the same. You suck more you're a mother, so sit down. You're such a dumb. You're mad because you're an insecure. I'm hot and I'm confident enough to say that. Not to mention you Photoshop the out of your ugly face. Insecure much? I bet you suck at gaming too. God, I love a gaming girl. A girl who can game. That's amazing. That's the quality that I look for in a woman.
Where's my dick at?
What does Azzyland do when she's compared to Leah? She says they both look good. I think she did amazing on her cosplay. Here's someone saying that Sniperwolf looks similar to another person. And then Leah says, except her tits are fake. Lol. That's hilarious, bro. When in reality, both of these people look like they are smack dab in 2008. What a fucking rude. She's real, everyone else is fake. And by God, thanks to Nerd City's Thought Patrol video, we know that that is not true. So who are we inclined to believe more, Sniperwolf or Azzyland? Let's take a look at their wiki pages to kind of see who they are as people. You've got Azzyland, her wiki's full of charities, things she's donated to, and her amazing catchphrase, delicious. And then we go to Sniperwolf's wiki, and there's a warning, a content warning. This article covers sensitive topics such as racism, transphobia, body shaming, child grooming, bestiality, and doxing. I think that's up for the audience, you guys, to decide who are we gonna trust better by just taking a sneak peek at the wiki pages. You know, a lot of charity on Azzies. Now, I mentioned that Sniperwolf has responded to all of this Nerd City stuff, and she has. She took to Twitter to defend herself in the classic Sniperwolf way. Receipts, and if I ever see, I'll pull up on you. She didn't say that shit, but I wouldn't be surprised if she did. She just accuses Azzyland of making all this stuff up. Azzyland's videos and thumbnails before they were changed to emulate the success of Sssniperwolf's videos and thumbnails. I have a backup of videos and screenshots before you change the thumbnails and make it look like I copied her. I am ripping copied my thumbnails and the way I make the jokes I make. The way you're trying to manipulate this is fraud. She says it's fraud. She doesn't say it's dishonest or it's like a misrepresentation. She says it's fraud. Ja Diaz said, they're taking this opportunity to target you and twist the narrative. It's sad. She said, people think I'm an easy target. I hate drama, but y'all constantly drag me into it. That's true. People are always constantly dragging her into it. It's just because she's not a good person, though, you know? It makes sense. It's not that hard to be a good person. It's not that hard to be known as a good person when you're a good person. She claims she doesn't like drama, but why? If not, does she constantly embroil herself in it? She didn't need to show up to Jackfilms' house or film it. She just did it and then posted it. Like, you didn't need to do that. Same with the Girl Gone Gamer situation, which I feel like deserves an entire video in and of itself. She accused of faking all of her videos, and she was the one faking all the videos the entire time and ruined that girl's entire life. And well, maybe not. Maybe she set her free. To be honest, maybe she did good. Maybe she's the hero of the story. And then saying to yourself, people think I'm an easy target. You are an easy target. You are such an easy target because your fucking content sucks so bad and you do nothing to change it. And you do nothing to change and you do nothing to better yourself. And you do nothing aside from be really extremely fucking ratchet and extremely, you just fucking show up to people and you fight. You fucking, I mean, you ruined it. You ruined it. You ruined your image. Ruined it. No one did this. You did. And also using the word fraud, she's accusing a critic of perpetrating a crime. Fraud is a crime. I'm very familiar with fraud, contract fraud specifically. Nothing at all like this. I just like to insert myself into the situation as much as possible because I'm a huge egomaniac. It seems like Sssniperwolf really likes to intimidate people into backing down. She did it to Jackfilms when he called her a doxer, and she said that was defamation, even though it's not defamation because she doesn't know how to dox someone. Now she's just doing this to Azzyland, saying that she's committing fraud by saying Sssniperwolf copied her thumbnails. I don't fucking even know. She did provide a few screenshots though, one in 9.4K Wiedergaben, 12 Minuten Galiten, 22 Minuten. In this screenshot here, she's accusing Azzyland of lying in the Nerd City video, saying it's wild that you can just do that, but that she does that all the time. She's as if she's innocent of lying. What? You're not innocent of lying. What are you fucking talking about? How about the recording your own gameplay thing that's now in court? She also doesn't steal content. She just gets her ideas from fans, guys. That was YouTube lying on behalf of her, though, not her, technically. So the whole saying she was too busy to FaceTime a girl with cancer who just wanted to talk to her with the little bit of time she had left, that one's a bad look. This whole situation this is probably the worst thing that she's done, genuinely, and something that I think no matter what context, it just looks bad. It just looks very, very, very bad, and it just kind of paints a picture of who Sssniperwolf is as a person. So in the end, there's probably some merit to Sssniperwolf saying that Azzy copied her, as they both make the same type of content or made the same type of content. They both have very similar thumbnails. They both do the very, very similar thing. I mean, there's probably a bunch of channels. It's just this whole weird thing about lying that people just don't like, man. They just don't fucking like it. For some reason, I think that if Azzyland had as much of a backlash of doing anything that Sssniperwolf has gotten, she probably wouldn't have the same reaction.
Consider my wig snatched bald.